Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, on this Wednesday evening, it is the National Sprintcar Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series presented by Dirty Old Bastard. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you in the commentary booth. For tonight, we come to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, the home of the Porch Sitters, as we get set for qualifying. As we're going to take a look at now some of the drivers on the racetrack, as qualifying lap times will be on the left hand side, down the bottom left. Well, that's going to be the driver that we're currently watching on screen at the moment, and Tim Nichols and the Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulators. We also have a prize pack to give away courtesy of Tim Sims, and can tell you that the key word for that one, I believe, is going to be home track. So what you've got to do is just type in home track and be entered into the giveaway. A 19.566. Jake Greenwood done his lap. Joshua Indick with a 19.385. Quickest at the moment. The first of 32 cars signing into the pit area for tonight. Joshua Indick, as Justin Williams has done. That is Andrew Shell on screen. There is Jeremy Isabel, I believe one of the contenders for the championship here, of course, thanks to, of course, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. As we are about, in fact, we have wrapped up qualifying right now, so let's bring up those qualifying results on screen. And Joshua Indick goes quick time in 3 heat races on the program for tonight, but Indick goes a 19.385. Jason Giblin, Kyle Stoltz, second and third. Those 3 drivers starting on pole position for their respective heat races. Kevin Hanley, Trey Long rounds out the top 5. Randy Shreves, Joel Moller, Tim Nichols, Joe Isabel, Richie Preston, your top 10. Tyler Grafton, John Bragman, Garrett Adams, Jeremy Isabel, and Brandon Kirstead are your top 15. Let's go trackside, heat race number 1. Let's take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And Joshua Indick going to start on pole. To his outside, that'll be Kevin Hanley out of position number 2. Position 3 with Joel Moller, and Richie Preston going to start out of positions 4. Garrett Adams rolling off out of position number 5. Position number 6 is going to be Justin Stolz. Jake Greenwood lines up out of position 7. Kenneth Payne lining up out of position number 8. Alan Samel out of position 9. Patrick Spangler lines up out of position 10, with Larry Snipes lining up out of position number 11. Williams-Green Speedway plays host to 305 Sprint Car Series, of course, presented by the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. And, of course, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Again, they're giving up a free prize pack once again tonight. So what you've got to do is type in home track. Type in home track in the chat, then the winner will be announced on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page. We are set for the first heat race of the night. Wonder how many porch sitters have been vacated. Wonder how many porches have been vacated, and how many drivers have attended the Williams-Green Speedway. Here we go, heat race number 1. Joshua Indick, and we'll lead the field off at turn number 4. 8-lap heat races, top 3 going straight through to the main event. Everybody else, although we put into the preliminary mains, as we've got Richie Preston getting by Moller. Joel Moller in 4th position right now, as here comes Jake Greenwood out to the inside, down into turn number 1 and 2. And that bottom side is going to be the place to be later on tonight. And you know who's going to love that one? Chris Roberts. As Indick leads Kevin Hanley, watching Richie Preston on screen. Then you go back to Jake Greenwood. There's Hanley, as here comes a battle on for that third and final transfer position. Top 2 going to tonight's dash, where they will redraw for the numbers. Preston, heavy pressure right now from Jake Greenwood in that number 43 machine. Greenwood, he has advanced 3 positions here in the opening couple of laps. It'll be 3 down and 5 to run this time by. Your leader is Joshua Endick, and he has got the 1.4 second gap back to Kevin Hanley. Here comes Greenwood now down to the inside, looking for the move on Richie Preston, but here comes Joel Moller. Moller to the outside, and we are yellow. Kenneth Payne is the one for the caution. Let's take a look. Yes, Jacob, this is iRacing. Let's take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Just get a closer look at what happened. So the 2V, Samuel just slid up in front of him there in the number 73 machine. On board right now, we've got Kenneth Payne. Definitely wasn't clear, and unfortunately for Payne, he's going to take a bit of a nasty ride. So again, let's take a look here, and let's take a look at Alan Samuel. As we come back to live pictures, now caution laps not counting tonight. And that will go all the way through to heat racing action. Lights are out here on the iRacing.com page track. Of course, a big thanks to the sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. A big thanks, of course, to Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder iRacing League, DirtFan.com, iRace Wraps, ISBC Broadcasting, and Critical Hit Baits. So they're going to be with us for the final time. The season end for the 12 weeks coming to a close as of next week. But again, we're about to go back to a green flag here at the Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. And Joshua Endick, just like he did on the initial start, he got a good launch and a good jump, but however he made a little mistake there in 1 and 2. I think he was trying to run some sort of different line. As here comes Preston now down to the low side into turn number 3 and 4. Preston looking for second over Hanley, and this will be a battle for the spot in tonight's Trophy Dash. Hanley got on the top side, so it looks like just above the slick in 1 and 2. And down low in 3 and 4, that's where these drivers... Oh, look out, Tim Nichols. No, not Tim Nichols, it's the 2 of Larry Snipes. And we are going yellow. And we may just have a 1-lap dash to the end because we have a 6-minute timer on these 8-lap heat races. So again, just if you're just joining us here for the first time, or if you're a regular viewer, we thank you so very much for spending part of your Wednesday evening with us here on Ultimate Dirt TV, and feel free, if you haven't done so already, to hit that like and follow button, and don't forget to share it out to all your friends and family. As real world racing is starting to pick back up again over in the United States, and it's good to see. But for the moment, if you're stuck at home doing nothing and you want to watch some sort of racing, you can watch it right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, again, we are live across Facebook and YouTube tonight, so again, all you've got to do is just type in home track, and you can be eligible there to potentially pick up a free prize pack courtesy of Tim Nichols at timsims.com or Tim's Dirt Track Simulators on the social media pages. Doing a lot for the iRacing community. So I believe we are going to get the one lap dash to the end. Season for the 305 Sprint Cars is really starting to heating up for the points championship battle as well. I believe there's 2, 3, 4 drivers that are contending for the championship, and with those drop weeks coming into play, it really opens up the championship battle. So the timer has run out. Pace truck has moved back to the infield. We are set for a one-lap sprint to the end. Green and the white going to come out at the same time, I do believe. As Preston now puts the slider on Hanley, as here goes Indic off into the sunset. Here comes Jake Greenwood. Now that's going to be the battle on for the final transfer spot. Greenwood, he's going to stick it down low, down through turn number 3 and 4. He'll slide up the drag race off for turn 4. Oh no, there's some contact. And cars, or a couple of cars not finishing. Garrett Adams going upside down across the start-finish line. Justin Stolz just told me one to go. There we go. Okay, so it was one to go. Let's bring up heat race number 1 results officially. It was Joshua Indick getting the win ahead of Kevin Hanley home in second. Those two drivers going straight through to the trophy dash. Richie Preston going to come home third. He will go straight through to your main event. Home in fourth place was Jake Greenwood, and that was about half a tenth of a second between those pair. So Greenwood going to start at or finish position number 4 in heat race number 1. Alan Savell, your top 5. Patrick Spangler, Garrett Adams and Justin Stolz. And you go back to Larry Snipes, Joel Muller and Kenneth Payne, now the 11 drivers for heat race number 1. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. For heat number 2 is Jason Giblin going to start on pole. Alongside him, that'll be Trey Long out of position number 2. Tim Nichols will start out of position 3 to his outside. That'll be Tyler Grafton out of position number 4. Jeremy Isabel going to roll off out of position number 5 and Justin Williams to start position number 6. Chris Roberts will start position 7. Anthony Malvuglio will start position number 8. Then we go back to Brad Faria out of position 9. Andrew Shell lines up out of position number 10. And Jack Anderson out of position number 11. So heat race number 2 on track here at the virtual Williams Grove Speedway. Pace truck will move to the infield, and 8 laps is going to be on the board. 8 laps for 6 minutes, whichever comes first. And no doubt these drivers are going to want to finish inside the top 3 to move straight into tonight's main event, as we are set to fly here off turn number 4 as Tim Nichols got an absolute shocker of a start there, so he's going to fall back, and they're already going to go 3 and 4 wide down through turn number 1 and 2. Now they'll spread themselves out. There's Jeremy Isabel in that number 37 machine. I believe he is one of the drivers contending for the championship. As here comes the battle on for the race lead, maybe, as Trey Long looking to find some rhythm as Isabel working low right through the slick, and he'll open up the top side of the racetrack for Tyler Grafton in that number 62 machine. They'll go side by side now. Here comes Roberts to the inside. Oh no, car upside down. We are going yellow. And that was 3 wide into turns 3 and 4 there on lap number 2. Jason Giblin. That's a monster crash in turns 3 and 4. Let's take a look at your wicked cushion instant replay. Oh, caught the backstretch wall. And that car just did not want to turn. And unfortunately for Giblin, after putting in a solid performance there in qualifying, unfortunately he's going to be back on the virtual tow hook He's already back to pit road. The crew working ferociously on that car to get him back out for tonight's main event. But if he's going to want to get to the main event, he will have to do the run from the C main. Now, I believe we are going to have a C main here tonight, 32 cars. If there's no C, it'll just be one large B main. But of course, we're still going to get through 3 heat races first, which is, this is heat race number 2 here at the virtual Williams Grove Speedway. Feel free to let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Who's your favourite driver? And again, don't forget to free prize pack up for grabs courtesy of Tim Nichols at Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, timsims.com. Make sure to go over and give their page a like and follow on Facebook, and of course don't forget to head over to the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page, give them a like and a follow, and of course the National Sprintcar Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa. Set to resume heat race number 2. Trey Long, Jeremy Isabel and Tyler Grafton, the new top 3. Heat number 2. And the battle on right now for 3rd, 4th and 5th on screen. Grafton, Roberts and Williams. Grafton in that 62 machine. That's the plain white machine with the black number on the top wing. What can Roberts do out of turn 4 and down into turn number 1? At the moment, and look at Justin Williams all over the back of Roberts, down the back straightaway, nearly pushing him, nearly getting that bump drive as Roberts dives to the inside, and he put the move there on Tyler Grafton. What can Grafton do? How will he return the favour? Well, at the moment, he's just following Roberts just right now, trying to find an opportunity to go back to get by that number 93 machine. As now here comes Justin Williams back there, all over the back of Grafton. Look at the 3-car battle here for the final transfer position. It is on. Oh, look out. Grafton and Williams nearly coming together. Grafton up on the inside here on Roberts. Down into turns 3. They'll both slide up a little higher. Williams trying to run the cushion. 6 in the books and 2 to go. Grafton sliding up. Williams around the outside, and Justin Williams has position number 4. And now coming after Roberts here. Williams upstairs trying to rail the cushion through turns 3 and 4. A little bit off that cushion, in fact, as the white flag flies. Heat race number 2, Trey Long, Jeremy Isabel. Slide job by Williams, and that might be his opportunity gone begging. Down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3 and out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is at the ready. Heat race number 2 is complete here at the Williams Grove Speedway, the National Sprintcar Hall of Fame and Museum. 305 Sprint Car Series, powered by Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, and of course presented by Dirty Old Bastards. Heat race number 2, heat race number 2 results coming up on screen. Trey Long, Jeremy Isabel, top 2 going to the dash. Chris Roberts home in 3rd. He'll go straight to the main event. Justin Williams, Tyler Grafton, your top 5. Tim Nichols, Brad Ferrer, Anthony Marvoglio, Andrew Shell, Jack Anderson, your top 10, and Jason Giblin, the driver to go upside down in that one. Let's take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 3 here at the Williams Grove Speedway, and it'll be Kyle Stoltz on pole position. To the outside, that'll be Randy Shrees out of position number 2. Position 3 is going to be Joe Isabel, and John Bragman starts position number 4. Position 5, that'll be Brandon Kirstead. At position number 6, that'll be Brandon Igo. Position 7, that's Tyler Henselman and Austin Stern. That'll be out at 8. Joshua Hart out of position 9, and Monty Hess out of position number 10. Scott Metcalf out of position number 11. That is a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Heat race number 3 here at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series. And if you're just joining us, don't forget to type in home track to be entered into the giveaway. You get a free prize pack courtesy of Tim Nichols at Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. The winner will be announced on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page. No mask for virtual racing, Daryl. No mask for virtual racing. Pace truck sets off into the infield. Kyle Stoltz, already a feature winner here this season. I believe he may have 2 feature wins in the 305 class. No, he's got 1, that's for sure. Green flag is out, final heat race. As the battle already heating up between Bragman and Joe Isabel. They'll race side by side. Joe Isabel in that 6 machine on the inside. John Bragman, the 17 on the top side. Bragman around the outside. Isabel slides up. Bragman into the wall. Contact. Everybody getting through. Henselman just scrapes through by John Bragman there out of turn 4. Watching Brandon Igo in that 45 machine holding off Austin Stern in the 00. Randy Shrees now coming after Kyle Stoltz in that 01 machine. Stoltz looking for another heat win and looking to go into the dash after the preliminary mains. And again, it's the top 2 that'll go straight through to the dash. The top 3 straight through to your main event. Everybody else, again, like I said, they will be seated into those preliminary mains, a C and a B. Stoltz upstairs, Shreves and Isabel, they have just checked out from the rest of the field. There's a good second between Brandon Igo back there in 4th. And in 305 competition, 1 second around the Williams Grove Speedway. Boy, that's a huge gap as here comes Joe Isabel looking for a slide job down into turns 3 and 4. He'll take second away from Randy Shreves, but now what can Shreves do? Does Shreves turn the return serve? No. He stays in line behind Joe Isabel out of turn number 2. As we've got 2.5 to run down into turn number 3 and 4. And Kyle Stoltz absolutely blitzing the competition at this stage. Now we take a look between Austin Stern, Brandon Gerstetter, Tyler Henselman and John Bragman. Well, they were a lot closer in turns 3 and 4 there on the last time by. But back up towards the front, and what can Joe Isabel do here on the final lap? Just a couple of more turns to go here at the Williams Grove Speedway, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. 305 Sprint Car Series, green flag off, checkered flag, off turn number 4. The win will go to Kyle Stoltz. Joe Isabel unofficially home in 2nd, along with Randy Shreves in 3rd. Brandon Igo 4th. Austin Stern rounding up the top 5. Kerstetter, Henselman, Bragman, Hart, and a couple of the drivers. Heats 4, Heat 5 getting skipped. The D main getting skipped. And the C main coming up next. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. $12 laps is going to be the distance. The top 4 going to move into the back of the B main. And that B main will take 12 laps as well. And we'll take the top 12 into the main event here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Your C main, Justin Stolz and Anthony Marvoglio out of positions number 1 and 2. Positions 3 and 4 will look like this. John Bragman out of position 3. Larry Snipes out of position 4. Andrew Shell out of position 5. Joshua Hart out of position 6. Joel Moeller Out of position 7, Jack Anderson out of position number 8. Scott Metcalf and Kenneth Payne out of 9th and 10th. And Jason Giblett out of position 11. And Monty Hess lines up out of position number 12. It looks like Joel Muller and Larry Snipes. So 7th and 4th. So each row is going to move up here. So while the cars are rolling around the racetrack, we're going to be back in just a second. Actually, we'll get to this C main, and if we have a caution, we're just going to fix a couple things up on the back end of things here at Ultimate Dirt TV. And again, we hope that you are enjoying the coverage here from the Williams Grove Speedway. This is your C main cars on track, and 8 cars from this one. In fact, 6 cars, because 2 do not grid. 6 cars are going to be sent packing, and 4 cars, well, they're going to make their way into the back of the B main, where it gets just a little bit more trickier to make it into your A main event. Here we go. Justin Stolz in car number 23. Pace pickings up. He gets to the start. He gets to the start zone, and he will stand on the gas as these cars, they are all momentum based. As there goes Bragman trying to put a slider on Marv Uglio. Meanwhile, Joshua Hart around the outside of Andrew Schell. And there's your top 4 on screen very, very quickly. Lap number 1 is finally, and it is in the books. Still 11 laps to run in your C main here at the Williams Grove Speedway here on this Wednesday evening, right here on Ultimate Dirt TV, live across Facebook and YouTube. As Bragman now moves to the inside here on Marv Uglio. He'll slide up. Marv Uglio a little looser on the exit. There's Andrew Schell getting into the wall, and he is going to lose the final transfer position. And that'll go, he was in 5th, in fact, because Joshua Hart had the transfer spot. But Bragman and Marv Uglio continue to trade sliders. They're on lap number 2. Lap number 3 about to be in the books right now. And Justin Stolz in the 23 machine, out in front by 8/10 of a second. We go back and look at Joshua Hart, the 33, running there all by himself. Kenneth Payne in that 2V machine, up to position number 5, and he has already advanced 5 positions along with Jason Giblin. So they've had a tough go of it here in tonight's C main, and both cars who look to have very, very quick race cars. Unfortunately, they're on the outside looking in as a battle for 2nd and 3rd once again between Bragman in the 17 and, and the Marv Uglio in the 238 machine. Really starting to heating up right now. And now this 3-car battle for the final transfer spot. You would not like to be in the shoes of Joshua Hart right now, because he has got some fast cats behind him. And he's still got 6.5 laps to hang on. What he wants to happen right now is he wants those guys, Payne and Giblin, to battle it out. And that will allow Joshua Hart just to continue to run his line. But here goes Giblin already peeking down to the inside. Slide job, but the yellow flag comes out. In fact, we're just going to pick up this back end issue right now. So give us just a few moments, guys. 7 down, 5 to run in tonight's C main. Green flag back out here at Williams Grove Speedway. 305 Sprint Car Series presented by the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum and Dirty Old Bastards. Giblin and Kenneth Payne nearly coming together there in turns 3 and 4. Giblin has fourth at the start-finish line, and here he comes. Joshua Hart back to the inside. Kenneth Payne now again on the outside, looking in that 2V machine. Is looking at the battle on between Bragman and Marvoglio. There was contact. It was left rear to right front, but they were both coming together. One coming down, one going up. As we've got 2.5 to run down your back straight away. And here comes Jason Giblin right now. As there goes Bragman right through the middle. Boys, get downstairs. I'll tell you right now, that is going to be the place to be. Let's take a look at the onboard shot right now. On board with Jason Giblin. Out bottom. As he goes right through the middle and goes right around the outside of Bragman. Oh no, what happened to Bragman? Oh, and Kenneth Payne now moves into position number 4. White and checkered about to come out here as the white has already been displayed. Checkered flag is out. And your top 4 will look like this. Justin Stolz getting the win. Second will be Anthony Marvoglio. Third is going to be Jason Giblin. And fourth should be Kenneth Payne. Let's bring up those results from your C main. And that is the way they finish. Stolz, Marvoglio, Giblin and Payne. Your top 4 that are going to advance to the back of tonight's B main. And we are just looking here. We are seeing as though 13 cars are on the racetrack for tonight's B main. Alan Smell and Tyler Grafton will start positions number 1 and 2. Austin Stern position 3. Patrick Spangler out of position number 4. Tim Nichols out of position 5. Brandon Kirstead out of position 6. Garrett Adams out of position 7. Brad Freer out of position 8. And Tyler Henterman out of position number 9. Justin Stolz out of position number 10. Anthony Marvoglio out of position number 11. Position 12, that'll be Jason Giblin and Kenneth Payne rolling off out of position number 13. Looking above the racetrack here in the Stephen Calavoda cam. Big night on Ultimate Dirt TV tomorrow night, 3 broadcasts. Start off with the DJ Sim Racing Sprint Cars, and then we'll move into the Wicked Cushion Esports 410 Sprint Car Series. And then we're going to finish off with the California Lightning Sprints 360 Sprint Car Series. So 3 broadcasts from about 7:30 and then 9. And you're looking at about 11 p.m. all Eastern times as the green flag is out. Grafton and Samel. Grafton the 62, Samel the 73. Spangler, now only 1 car will miss out. And you don't want to be that 1 car, that's for sure. At the moment it is Garrett Adams in the 13 machine. Grafton, your leader from Samuel Kerstetter and Austin Stern. Your top 4, top 5 is now Justin Stolz. As carried up onto the outside concrete wall, that's Tim Nichols, and we've got some cars facing the infield. Tim Nichols is upside down. And unfortunately for Tim, he's going to have to call the virtual hook. So Kenneth Payne just getting some issues there in the number 2 car, but he will be going through to the main event unless he gets disqualified. Again, a reminder, folks, if you want your chance at a free prize pack courtesy of Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, type in home track. Type in home track and you will get a chance at a free prize pack courtesy of Tim Nichols. So 12 cars left on the racetrack. Unfortunately for Tim Nichols, he is out of the event, out of the B main, and out of contention. So these 12 cars are fighting for starting positions in tonight's main event. Who is game enough to attempt to run the bottom? Who is good enough to run the bottom? Austin Stern on the outside, that 00. Look at the 23. He's working down low through turn number 3 and 4. Top side, everybody goes except, I believe that's Jason Giblin in the 9, missing the front wing as Henselman around the outside. Keep an eye on Tyler Henselman looking to get into the main event. Well, in fact, it will make it because Nichols is out as Henselman into the wall. Oh no, Kerstetter, Henselman upside down. Oh, you give him air time for 5 seconds and the poor fella goes upside down. Kerstetter, Henselman and Spangler, the 3 drivers involved in that one. There's a yellow flag going to come out here in tonight's B main, so we are just going to pop out of the commentary box. We're going to grab a drink and be back in, well, just in time for when we go back to green flag action here at the Williams Grove Speedway, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dirty Old Bastards. Alright, here we go, back to green flag action. Once again here at the virtual Williams Green Speedway, Justin Stolz and Brad Farina are going to battle side by side down into turn number 3 and 4. Stolz getting a good run, but Farina getting an even better run. He'll go two for the price of 1. Through 3 and 4 on the low side. Will he go low into turns 1 and 2? Yes, he does, but right through the slick, not getting those tyres down in the moisture. And that just might put him off a bit right now because he was good on the low side through turns 3 and 4. And again, let's take an opportunity right now to take a look. Onboard, thanks to Black Diamond Motorsports and the onboard camera angles. A little lower than that, Brad, a little lower than that. But that exit speed was, or the exit was good. No, need to be lower, Those tyres need to be in the moisture there. Good run there. So again, this gives us a real good indication on what the track is doing. And what I feel is on the bottom looks to be, if you can get it right, a quick way around as Justin Stolz, Alan Samel second and third. And look at Jason Giblin in the 9 machine. Now it seems that anyone that we put on screen is going to get involved in an incident with just 2 to run. They'll go 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. And they'll continue to go 3 wide, make that 2, and now 1. Single file, down the back straight away. Tyler Grafton, your race leader. From Justin Stolz, oh, Giblin hard upside down, but the white flag is already out. So we will not go yellow as there is your race leader, Tyler Grafton. Down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Oh. Jeez. He's had half a track to get that car going. Thankfully for Tyler Grafton, he's still going to be credited with a B main win. Second will go to Justin Stolz, up 8 positions in that one. Alan Samel third, Brad Faria home in 4th, up 4 positions. As rounding up the top 5 and also moving up 8 positions was Kenneth Payne in the number 2 machine. Austin Stern in 6th, Anthony Marvuglio 7th, Garrett Adams 8th, Patrick Spangler in 9th, Jason Giblin rounds out your top 10, Tyler Henselman in 11th, Brandon Kerstetter in 12th, and Tim Nichols, the only party to not transfer from tonight's B main to our A main, as we are set for, I believe that is going to be with the top 12 going through. And plus, I believe it's going to be a 21 car feature event. So again, big thanks to the guys at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum for putting on, or help sponsoring this 305 Sprint Car Series. Of course, offering up a prize for the winner of the 305 Sprint Car Series. Yes, tonight we are here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, the famous Williams Grove Speedway. Warm-up session is upon us right now, and this will be where the drivers in the dash come out. The drivers that finished first and second in heats number 1, 2, and 3. In fact, there's no point bringing that up. Six cars coming out onto the racetrack. And it looks like it is going to be the Isabel boys out of 1 and 2. Joe Isabel out of position 1. Jeremy out of position 2. Kevin Hanley out of position 3. Joshua Indick out of position number 4. Position 5, that looks to be like Trey Long and Kyle Stolt in the 01. Going to roll off out of position number 6. So here we go. 6 laps on the board here at the Grove. And it's Isabel 1-2 as Jeremy goes low and Joe goes up high down through turn number 1 and 2. Again, 6 laps the distance here for tonight's dash, and this is how they finish, is how they will line up the main event for tonight, as the Opening lap is in the books. Lap number 1 that belongs to Joe Isabel. Jeremy going right through the middle. And here comes Kevin Hanley now with a good head of steam out of turn number 2. Does he stay up high? He goes right through the middle and he'll slide right through the middle. In fact, trying to cut it down a little lower there on the exit of turn number 2, turn 4, sorry. It's Joe Isabel continuing to lead from Jeremy. And then you go back to Kevin Hanley and Kyle Stoltz. That's your top 4, and that's the top 4 on screen right now. Halfway home, this time by 3 down with 3 to run. Kyle Stoltz, the quickest car in this trophy dash at the moment. He has turned it by, I believe, over 1/10 of a second. And look at that 0-1. Look at him rail the top side. 2 to go. He is looking to start on the front row. Jeremy down low, going for the slide job on Joe. That's Isabel's 1 and now 3 because Kyle Stoltz, he followed Joe and just turned underneath Jeremy now. White flag should be out this time by, and you know Kyle Stoltz, if he starts on oh, he got into the back of Joe Isabel. The white flag is out. Final time in tonight's trophy dash, and who is going to get it? Just a couple of more turns here in the dash. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series out of turn number 4, this time by Joe Isabel wins. Second will go to Kyle Stoltz. And I'm pretty sure Kevin Hanley just pipped Jeremy at the line. Then you go back to Indyk. It might have been, yeah, and then Trey Long in 6. Trey Long didn't really get a mention there, so what we'll do, we'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this for your main event, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series, presented by Dirty Old Bus, and a quick thanks to our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder Racing League, DirtFan.com, iRaceTraps, ISBC Broadcasting, and Critical Hit Baits. We'll play the National Anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air,
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series, powered by Tim's Dirt Track Simulators and presented by Dirty Old Bastards. Brett Wheeler with you for the call for the 30-lap A main event. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid and how they line up in the first 6 positions. They are going to be moved around a little bit, but we know Joe Isabel starts alongside Kyle Stoltz. Kevin Hanley starts alongside Jeremy Isabel, Joshua Indick and Trey Long out of positions 5 and 6. Richie Preston out of position 7. Out of 8, there's going to be Chris Roberts and Randy Shrees out of position 9. Rounding out your top 10 is Jake Greenwood. Out of position 11 and 12, that'll be Justin Williams and Brandon Igo out of positions 11 and 12. And now I said there was top 3 was straight through to the main event. In fact, it was the top 4, so I apologise about that. Tyler Grafton, your B main winner, starts position 13, Justin Stolz out of position 14, Alan Smell 15th, and Brad Faria out of position number 16. Position 17th is Kenneth Payne and Austin Stern lines up out of position number 18. Anthony Marvuglia out of position 19, Garrett Adams out of position number 20, Patrick Spangler out of position 21. Position 22 is Jason Giblin and Tyler Henselman out of position 23, and Brandon Kerstetter lines up out of position number 24. So the pace truck is about to pull off the racing surface, this time by once it does, we are not going green. The iRacing green flag will be displayed, however. We are going to wait 1 lap, so this will give these drivers the opportunity from the dash. They are already in their correct positions, and this will give race control a chance to clear those black flags, and then it will be on the leader out of turn 4, and that leader is Joe Isabel. Now, Joe has been pretty quick and consistent throughout the season. He's ran into a couple of fuel issues, but hopefully that they've figured out those fuel issues and realised that, well, it's time to fill the cars up. Yes, we know they want to be right on empty when they come across the start-finish line, but there's no point in trying to undercut it. Just, you've got 3 or 4 gallons extra in at the end, well, who cares, so be it. At least you know you've made it on fuel. Your 305 Sprint Car Series A main event is about to start, thanks to the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Big thanks to Tim's Dirt Track Simulators and Dirty Old Bastards. Your main event is about to go green. Let's get dirty for 30. And we are green here at the Grove. Handling to the inside on Stoltz and Joe Isabel. They went 3 wide. Isabel, that is Jeremy on the outside of the 110. That's Kevin Hanley down into turns 3 and 4 for the opening time here in tonight's 30-lap main event. And does everybody get through it A-OK? Yes, we do. Trey Long working the inside. Hanley. Now look at Jake Greenwood. He's already made his way to position 3 right now. And Greenwood is up 7 positions. What in the world, from 10th? And he's challenging now for 2nd. Challenging for the race lead. Have a look at Greenwood go. Trey Long working the bottom side, but there's your top 3 on screen. Joe Isabel in the 6th. Jake Greenwood the 43 and Kyle Stoltz in the 01. Let's do this for you so you guys can have a better understanding on who's who and what car number. Stoltz now up on the inside on Greenwood now. Gee, that was close at the start-finish line. Stoltz coming in with a slide job, but no, Greenwood powering back around the outside. Keeping that momentum up, and you just see how much momentum you lose with throwing a big slider. Greenwood now good on the exit of turn number 4. He's got the moisture. He's got to run down into turns number 1. Will he go the slide job? No. He gets off the gas trying to stab the brakes and keep it locked down on the low side of the racetrack. First yellow of the night's coming out. And we have, oh no, for the 2nd time tonight, poor old Tyler Henselman has gone upside down, and after the crew got that car repaired virtually, they placed a new top wing on it. Why is it showing me Alan's... that's the wrong one. There we go. That's Tyler Henselman, second time in as many races, going upside down, and well, he just he got hooked by the 00 of Austin Stern, and then Kenneth Payne absolutely annihilated him. So again, let's take a closer look at this one. I believe try and slow this down in slow-mo, so it nearly catches the right rear there of the 2L. Now that's not Ed Lynch. And oh, look at Stern just really come down the racetrack there. Henselman definitely holding his line. And unfortunately for the One Wish Foundation, Vanderpool Racing 00 of Austin Stern, he just hooked Henselman. And there, look at that contact there. From another Vanderpool Racing car of Kenneth Payne. Just literally, Kenneth had nowhere to go on that exchange. You can see the front wing already bent on that number 2 machine, but getting told that Tyler Henselman has climbed virtually out of the cockpit of the race car. He is A-OK. And he has not had a happy night here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Don't forget to type in home track. Your chance at a free prize pack courtesy of Tim Nichols at Tim's Dirt Track Simulators and timsims.com. Don't forget to check them out on their social media pages. Give them a like and a follow. Check out the Dirty Old Bastards on Facebook page. Check out the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum Facebook page, and we've got some cool giveaways and cool entries. Raffles, I should say, that was the word I was looking for. Green flag is out, and we are starting lap number 7 of 31, although you take away that lap, and it is now lap technically 5 in the books with 25 to run. Hanley down to the inside on Kyle Stoltz. He's looking for the final podium position out of turn number 4. Who's going to have it? Give it to Kyle Stoltz in the 01 as Kevin Hanley now moves back to 4th. There's Jeremy Isabel, Chris Roberts, both working low through 1 and 2 as here comes Roberts now looking to move up into position number 5, and he will have 5th down into turns 3, but not for long because Jeremy Isabel is going right through the middle. And now look at Hanley on the inside, and here we go. Greenwood, they'll go 3 wide. That all nearly got slammed shut there from Stoltz onto Hanley. Greenwood good right through the middle again. 2nd, 3rd and 4th on screen, all battling for the minor placings on the podium. And look at the catfish, Chris Roberts, trying to make his run towards the front. And you know where he's going? He's going to the low side. Look at Greenwood get a good run. Now we're going to bring up the last lap times coming up on screen, just give you an indication on who seems to be the quickest car, and I get the feeling that Jake Greenwood may just have had an absolute bell ringer of a lap. A 20.387. I told you, boys. I told you, from the B main at the bottom is quick around here. And he was 0.8 of a second quicker than your race leader. And again, he's good. He was good through 1 and 2. And now coming after Joe Isabel for the race lead. Isabel just turned a 20.756. Look at the gap. There is 0.3 of a second right now between 1st and 2nd. There is a good battle between Stoltz and Roberts, but the battle is on for the number 1 spot. What can Greenwood do? Does he go down low to protect that line? Yes, he does, but Greenwood looking to keep the door open. He'll get the drive out of turn number 2. And you beauty, you told ya. When it comes to the Grove, I know how to get it done. As now Isabel back to the inside, but no, Jake Green, we're going to hold on to that one. Chris Roberts now firmly in that 3rd position on the podium. And he needs to keep it lower than that, but that's good running there from the 93 back up towards your top right now on screen. Jake Green with the 43. Out in front, Joe Isabel back there in second. And everybody trying to get down there right now. .8 seconds it was. It's now down to 1.5 seconds. I get the feeling Roberts is closing in on the first and second place drivers. As lap traffic coming into play, and there goes your leader to the top side. Yellow flag is out. Let's see who that might have been, I believe. I want to say Austin Stern. And it could also be Brandon Kerstetter as well. Oh, there it is, right there, in fact. So let's go back just a few seconds prior to that one and take a look at Brandon Kerstetter. He's in the 922 machine. I really don't think that... Oh, he didn't even... That wasn't even his fault. He was just trying to stay on the bottom side. Brandon Igo and Jason Gillen just absolutely pounding the 922 into an oblivion up on the top side of the racetrack. Boys, you got a car in front of you that's slowing down for the turn. You guys need to slow down as well. You cannot just plow through these guys. And it's probably a pet peeve of mine, if especially running the bottom here. You've got to be so cautious because you don't want to. You basically don't want that to happen. Let's take a look right now as the timing and scoring is just going to go a little bit fuzzy. We'll be right on board right now with Jake Greenwood. Best lap time of 20.387. That was when he hit the bottom. And you go back to the last lap, that was half a second slower. So I guess right now just trying to keep as much moisture down low as he can, because again these cars are all momentum based. And to start position number 10 and work your way up 9 positions, well, that is a true drive. It's a hell of a drive from the driver of the number 43 machine. As lights go out on the iRacing.com post truck, get out the back, looking behind at the rest of the field. Single file restarts. Halfway home, 15 down, 15 to run. The green flag going to fly once again here at the Virtual Williams Grove Speedway. Your timing and scoring coming back up on screen, and here we go. Green flag is out. Stoltz up on the inside of Hanley. Now Hanley sliding up. Look at the 23 of Justin Stoltz, but here comes Kyle Stoltz up on the inside. He's going to take the line away from Roberts. If Roberts gets clear, you know Roberts is going to shut the door, but well, good right there. And there's a good battle, 3-car battle now between Hanley, Stoltz, Williams, Trey Long, Indick there as well. Indick, man, he has had a rough going since the dash. He started quick time, won heat number 1, and hasn't had the luck. Look at Hanley going through the middle, if you don't mind. Hello, open up the door. $13 to run here in the main event tonight. They're going to go doing 3 wide there, 3 turns 1 and 2. Trey Long in that 59 car, I believe it is. That's the green, black and green machine. Working down low just behind the 23. Long looking to get up on the inside, unable to make the pass as we go back up. Look at your race leader, Jake Greenwood, out by nearly 2 seconds. And look at him just rolling the bottom side. Good once again down through turns 1 and 2. And there is second, third and fourth and even fifth on screen. Justin Williams just to the right of that one. Watching Roberts and Kyle Stoltz. Here comes Williams now. Justin Williams as Justin Stoltz into the outside wall. in turns 3 and 4, and boy oh boy, talk about trying to keep your momentum up and not losing any speed. You're certainly over the cushion and into the wall. Yellow coming back out here on the speedway. Oh no, it looks like it is going to be Richie Preston, the driver of the number 25 machine. Oh no. Are we? Brad Ferreira, and I believe that was the 37 of, I believe, Jeremy Isabel, catching that one, getting a little loose in turns 3 and 4. Jeremy has claimed that caution, opting to go to the rear of the field, so these drivers get an opportunity to claim the yellow. And Jeremy claiming that yellow to be his, so otherwise, if the yellow comes out and you don't claim it, post-race penalties will be handed out. So lap number 22 going to be completed when we go back to green flag action next time by out of turn number 4. Lights out on the racing.com official page truck. Nine laps to go here at the Virtual Grove. Who is going to get the job done? All signs point towards the driver of the 43. It was moved up 9 positions to get to the race lead. That's Jake Greenwood out in front. Joe Isabel in second, Chris Roberts third, Justin Williams and Kyle Stoltz. They'll battle side by side for positions 4 and 5. Down into turn number 3 and 4. The laps are starting to wind down as our Trey Long. A big don't argue there to Kyle Stoltz. Oh, Tyler Grafton into the wall. Samo involved as well, and yellow is out. Just when you think we're going to be A-OK for the rest of the night, the boys say, bye-bye. So drivers getting a little too antsy there. So a couple of late cautions here in the main event. Of course, the season and the championship winding down for DOB. So about 6 or 7 to go. Late timing and scoring just rolled over to 25. So there we go, back to 24. So 24 down. And don't forget, we took an extra lap at the start. So 7 laps left to run in this one. Tyler Grafton out of the event in caliber 62, along with Alan Sumerl, I believe. Seven circuits remaining. That is 3.5 miles around the virtual Williams Going Speedway. Justin Williams on the inside there of Kyle Roberts. But look at Justin Stolz on the outside. And wow, this is really getting desperate and impatient. Be right back. Alright, back with 6 to run. Let's finally see if we can get this one in the books here at the Grove. It's been a pretty good night so far. Let's not ruin it here with cautions, breeding cautions here in these final stages of the main event. Down into turns 3 and 4. Your leader is still Greenwood from Joe Isabel. And Justin Williams now sitting in third as Justin Stolz, the 23, gets out of shape. 4 to run. Sorry, 5 to run. 4 to run this time, next time by. You'd think I would have learned how to count by now. Top 3 has not changed since the restart. But what can Roberts and Trey Long do? You gotta wonder whether that contact between Long, I'm just trying to think who he got into. I want to say Kevin Hanley, but whether a post-race penalty does get handed out to the driver of the number 59 machine, well, we'll have to wait and see. But as it stands, as Long now tries to get around the outside of Roberts. Roberts making a little mistake out of turn number 2. Your top 3, they are pretty much solid as can be right now. 2 laps to run. Your leader is gone, Jake Greenwood. But we're watching second and third on screen, Joe Isabel and Justin Williams. Once we get the white flag, once that white flag comes out for Jake Greenwood, we are going to race it out no matter what. There it is, the white flag has been displayed. one more time around the Williams Grove Speedway, down the back straightaway for your final time. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series here at the Williams Grove Speedway, and your winner is going to be Jake Greenwood. He goes to victory lane. Joe Isabel home in second, and Justin Williams going to round out your top three here tonight. So we're going to bring up those results on screen right now. Your unofficial results here. Jake Greenwood, Joe Isabel, and Justin Williams, the top three. Chris Roberts in fourth. Trey Long rounds out the top five. Kevin Hanley, Justin Stiles, Randy Shreves, Kyle Stolt, Anthony Marvuglio, your top 10. Excuse me, Brandon Igo, Brandon Kirsten, 11th and 12th. 13th is Kenneth Payne. Jeremy Isabel, 14th. Patrick Spangler, 15th. Richie Preston in 16th. 17th, Garrett Adams. Jason Giblin in 18th. 19th is Joshua Indick. Tyler Grafton, 20th. Alan Samel, Brad Faria, Austin Stern, and Tyler Henselman. Now, the 24 drivers in that one. And looks like we have our third place driver here tonight, driving cut of a 10. That's Justin Williams. Justin, congratulations on this third place run. Boy, that was a tough race from start to finish, but you come home third, you're going to be happy with that one.
Yeah, this is my first podium finish in the league.
Oh, what better way to do it at the Grove on a really tough track, because that track it looked good on the bottom side, and I was sort of saying it throughout the B main that bottom side was going to be the place to be. How did you find it out there on the racetrack?
Yeah, a lot of guys were coming in pretty heavy, so I just started shutting her down pretty early and just rolling underneath them. And a couple of the cautions helped me out. I got really good restarts, got underneath the guys. I got Chris on the one before the yellow came out. That put me third. And Joey's my teammate, and he's in the points hunt. And to get in front of Chris helps him out a little bit. So it's going to be a tight battle between them two.
Now, that's, I guess, something you're not worried about. But, yeah, moving forward to, next week, I have no idea where we're at. So do you think that, you're going to look forward to next week once again and hopefully go one or two steps better?
Yeah, with my work schedule, I kind of miss a couple of races, and I think we're at Lanier next week, so that's one of my better tracks. If it slickens off through the middle and top, I can run the bottom pretty well, and we'll see what we can do.
All right, Justin, congratulations on your third place run here tonight. We'll let you get out of here, but before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
I got to thank Joe Isabel and JR Sim Sports. I got to thank all my teammates, Matt, all them guys. We all work together on setups, and we try different things, and we're all group. We all know each other in real life, so we're a group of guys that work pretty good together, and that's pretty much it. And you guys for the broadcast.
All right, there we go. Justin Williams there, home in third place, home in second place tonight. And well, he's got enough fuel to get to the end and comes home second as Joe Isabel. Joe, congratulations on this second place run here tonight. You must be thrilled, but I know you would have liked to be one spot higher on the podium.
Yeah, I mean, a win would obviously be better, but it's just a points game at this point for me. So I'll let Jake have it. I mean, I didn't let him have it; he took it, but I'll accept second place and gain a couple of points on this points lead and move on to the next week.
Now, we know sprint cars are faster with the lighter fuel load. Learning from a couple of weeks ago at Volusia, do you not tend to take that risk and just tend to fill up as much as you need?
Yeah, the last race we had in this one, I've been running heavy. I'm going to keep running heavy. It's a difference, but I don't think it's that much of a difference. It's not worth the risk. So.
Well, certainly not worth the risk when you talk about the points championship, because that is one to watch over the coming weeks, and you're going to be locked in a battle with, I believe, Jeremy, Chris Roberts, and I think from memory, I think it might either be Hanley or Kyle Stoltz, but looking forward to Lanier. I've been told it is next week. Is that a track you're looking forward to going to?
Yeah, actually, that's one of my better tracks, so Lanier will definitely be a fun one.
All right, Joe, well, congratulations on your second place run here tonight at the Williams Grove Speedway. We'll let you get out of here, but of course, before we let you go, of course, people behind the scenes, sponsors on this race car who need to be thanked.
I got to thank JR Sim Sports, my whole team, J&J Renovations, and everybody over there. And I got to thank you guys at UDTV and obviously Dirty Old Bastards, Tim Sims, all them guys, everything they do. And it was a fun race.
All right, there we go. Joe Isabel, they're home in second place. We don't have our winner, which is Jake Greenwood. Now, I'm just seeing if he has some sort of Discord we can try and catch him on. But anyhow, looks like we're not going to be able to chat to our race winner here tonight. But congratulations, of course, goes to Jake Greenwood from 10th up to 1st. Justin Williams from 11th up to 3rd, picking up 8 positions. Anthony Marvug there picking up 9 positions from 19th to 10th. But none of those drivers get the hard charger because Brandon Kerstetter came from 24th to grab 12th position. He moves up 12 positions, so he will get the hard charger award. But that'll wrap us up here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, a big thanks to the guys over at the National Sprintcar Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa. And of course, a big thanks to Tim Nichols, TimSims.com, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, and everybody, including Chris Roberts and the entire admin team over at the Dirty Old Bastards for putting on these events. Of course, a big thanks to our own sponsors and partners here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder Racing League, DirtFan.com, iRace Wraps, ISBC Broadcasting, and Critical Hit Baits. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, we say farewell. Good night from the Williams Grove Speedway. Congratulations goes to Jake Greenwood.